52 horsepower, around 18 pounds-feet of torque, a projected 0–60 miles per hour time in the mid 6-second range, and an expected MSRP that could land under $5,000. If the 2026 Honda NX250 comes to the United States the way industry insiders suggest, this could quietly become one of the most disruptive lightweight dual-sport motorcycles in the country, especially when you stack it up against bikes like the Kawasaki KLX300 and Yamaha's CRF class rivals. The 2026 Honda NX250 is expected to revive a legendary nameplate that American riders haven't seen in years. This bike sits squarely in the lightweight adventure and dual-sport category, blending city practicality, light off-road capability, and real-world highway usability. For US riders who want one machine that can commute Monday through Friday and explore fire roads on Saturday, the NX250 could be exactly that sweet spot. And here on Global Wheel Hub, we pay attention when Honda brings back a badge with Historia, because that usually means something serious is coming. Now, it's important to be clear, as of now, the 2026 Honda NX250 has not been officially confirmed for the US market. However, industry insiders suggest that Honda is evaluating strong demand for affordable, lightweight adventure bikes in North America. Given the success of models like the CRF 300L and CRF 300 Rally in the US, the NX250 is widely expected to either launch or at least be seriously considered for American riders. So why does it matter? Because the US market is hungry for approachable adventure bikes. Not everyone wants a 500-pound touring machine. Not everyone needs 100 horsepower. Sometimes, what riders want is simplicity, reliability, and fun without draining the bank account. Let's break down the performance. The 2026 Honda NX250 is expected to run a single-cylinder, liquid-cooled engine, likely in the 249cc to 300cc range depending on final tuning. If Honda follows its recent platform strategy, it could share architecture with the CRF 300L engine, which produces around 27 horsepower. However, if Honda sticks closer to the traditional NX250 spirit and tunes it for street-focused adventure riding, output could be closer to the 38–35 horsepower range. Some rumors suggest Honda may even optimize it further for efficiency and torque rather than outright power. For this discussion, projections point toward roughly 30 to 35 horsepower and around 18 pounds-feet of torque. That's not superbike territory, but in a lightweight chassis, that's plenty. Especially for new riders or commuters. Transmission is expected to be a 6-speed manual, standard for this class. Honda's gearboxes are typically smooth, precise, and beginner-friendly. If the NX250 makes it stateside, you can expect refined shifting and a clutch that won't fatigue your left hand in stop-and-go traffic. Projected 0–60 miles per hour, likely in the mid-6 to low 7-second range, depending on final weight and gearing. That's competitive with the Kawasaki KLX300 and right in line with the CRF 300L. Top speed would probably hover around 85 to 90 mph, enough for highway use, though not something you'd want to hold pinned all day. Fuel efficiency is where this bike could really shine. Expect somewhere between 65 to 75 miles per gallon if tuned for efficiency. Pair that with a fuel tank likely around 2.5 to 3.4 gallons, and you're looking at a real-world range of roughly 160 to 220 miles per tank. That makes it extremely practical for commuting and light touring across US backroads. Compared to the Kawasaki KLX300, which leans slightly more dirt-oriented, the NX250 is expected to be more balanced and more comfortable on pavement, more refined in daily riding. Against the Honda CRF 300L, the NX250 would likely position itself as the more road-focused, slightly more comfortable sibling with better wind protection and a more adventure-inspired design. Now let's talk features and technology. Design-wise, The 2026 Honda NX250 is rumored to carry a compact adventure bike aesthetic. Think upright ergonomics, a small windscreen, high-mounted front fender, and minimal but purposeful bodywork. It's expected to blend retro adventure DNA with modern sharp edges to something that feels approachable but still premium. LED lighting is almost guaranteed at this point. Full LED headlight, LED tail light, and LED turn signals would be standard if it launches in 2026. That's the baseline expectation for the US market. The TFT display could be a major highlight. If Honda follows current trends, we may see a 4 to 5 inch color TFT display with smartphone connectivity. That would likely include Bluetooth pairing, turn-by-turn navigation integration, and call or message alerts. For US riders who rely on tech, that's a big deal, especially in a bike under $5,000. Riding modes may be limited, as this class typically keeps things simple. However, traction control, at least a basic on-off system, is possible if Honda wants to make it beginner-friendly. ABS will almost certainly be standard, and ideally switchable for off-road use. Cruise control? Unlikely at this displacement, but if Honda surprises us, that would instantly set the NX250 apart in this category. Most lightweight dual sports don't offer it. Suspension is expected to feature USD forks up front, likely non-adjustable to keep costs down, and a rear monoshock with preload adjustment. Travel would probably land somewhere around 8 to 10 inches. Giving it solid light off-road capability without compromising too much on road stability. Braking would likely consist of a single front disc and single rear disc, possibly with Nissan calipers as Honda typically uses. Dual front discs are unlikely in this segment. Tires would probably be 19-inch front and 17-inch rear, or possibly 21-inch front if Honda leans more dirt-focused. For US riders, a 19-inch front would make more sense for mixed-use riding. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read them, we engage with them. And here at Global Wheel Hub, we bring you straight, no-nonsense motorcycle insight designed specifically for American riders. If you value deep analysis without the hype, make sure you subscribe to Global Wheel Hub. We break down the numbers, the specs, the real-world practicality, so you can make the right decision before you sign anything at the dealership. The lightweight adverb segment is heating up in the United States, and if Honda plays this right, the NX250 could quietly dominate it. This is Global Wheel Hub, where performance meets passion.